Okay. 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 Okay.
Testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Check. Testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing the mic. Testing the mic. 1, 2. Check, check. 1, 2. Help. Help.
Okay.
Help. Alexa, what's the weather?
Okay.
The current weather is 89 degrees Fahrenheit with partly sunny skies. Today's forecast has lots of clouds and thunderstorms, with a high of 89 degrees and a low of 68 degrees. Would you also like tomorrow's weather?
No. Alexa, do bugs like coffee?
Here's something I found on the web. According to DeutschYourself.com, although coffee lovers most likely love the scent of fresh brewed coffee, bugs do not.
Alexa, why are there bugs in my coffee?
Sorry, I don't have an answer for that.
Check. Hello everybody, and welcome to Henry's Kitchen, where today we're going to be making Henry's succulent chocolate mousse. If anything can be said about chocolate mousse, it's that it fits deftly into every menu plan and has very few enemies at the dinner table. Tuck into this triple chocolate mousse recipe, prettily layered with homemade white chocolate, milk chocolate, and dark chocolate mousses for your next cocoa craving. Just add coffee or cappuccino for a show-stopping dessert course to impress your guests. Hooligan says, will this contain any succulent plants? Yeah, actually we're going to use a garnish. I'll show you what it's going to look like when we're done. This is what we're going for, basically. You can see they've got some kind of lettuce or something on top that we're going to... I don't have lettuce. I think I do have some lettuce, but it might be kind of old. But we'll put some green on there for sure when we're done. But first, you know, we always spend time cooking and talking about me, but I'd like to ask you, the viewer, what are you guys up to today? Loud fart sound says staring at you. Punk Girl 199 says I'm at home sick. That's sorry to hear that. Drinking before sleep, something. Sorry, they're going real fast, so it's hard for me to. Terpene says, sitting at home by myself. Okay, so it sounds like everybody's having maybe a little bit of a lazy Sunday. Hacklin says, I'm making fries. Homeowner says, I turned into a hexagon and watched the world evolve within 5 minutes. That must be either a game reference or maybe...
Okay.
Maybe something extracurricular involved in that one. Thanks, We Have Boosted, for subscribing, and thanks, Mr. Blister, as well as Codex of Die-Fed. Cheered 25 bits. Thank you, Codex of Die-Fed. And then 30 bits. Tarpeens, Clerkle, Voltec, Blurry Little Quest, Steven909, Bone Hurdy Disease, and Freeok. Just subscribe. So I'm having a little bit of a fly problem, which is a bummer.
Okay.
I thought for a second that they might be, thanks Dyko Art. I'll be thanking everybody intermittently. I thought maybe that bugs were attracted to the coffee or something like that, but I don't think that that's the case. I did a little bit of research, and it turns out it's just a coincidence that there's bugs here. I do have cream and sugar in there, so that might have been part of it, but I'm hoping they don't fuck up our day. Flies just mean you have good food. That's Blurry Little Quest. Yeah, that's the way I look at it. I mean, if you're not attracting animals, flies, anything, I know it's gross, but you got to ask yourself, why are they not into whatever it is that you're cooking? Enviro TV, maybe you can find a recipe that includes flies. Yeah, you know, actually in some cultures, I believe in France, they do eat flies and cockroaches and other types of insects. Collard says flies have high standards. Yeah, they do, and it's a good litmus test, if you will. Everyone type Forsen says, did you upgrade your camera? It looks very nice. Thanks. I did. I got an official webcam. I've been trying to increase the production value of the Twitch streams here, and I'm glad that you noticed. We've got a lot of fancy things going on. As you can see, my friend Quanto, who approached me right when I started streaming, put together these amazing transitions, which are just like the Henry's Kitchen YouTube videos, so I'm excited about that. Oh, and we also have the roast beef cam. I just need to set it up because he moves around a lot. But at the moment he seems to be standing still. So that's roast beef, my cat, who currently is basking in the sun and enjoying a nice cleaning. I put him in a duffel bag because I thought maybe that would be cute and maybe it would attract viewers. There's been a lot of studies that say that cats doing cute things are proportionate to high viewership on social media. So that's why I put him in the duffel bag there. So we'll be going back to him every now and then. But for now, I'm very happy that he's alive because I don't know if anybody joined us for the Thursday night stream, but he was under the sink and it looked like he was doing that thing that cats do before they die where they go under a hole, or they find a hole. And there's no hole in my apartment, it's just, but the sink was that. But I think he's got a couple more years in him, I hope. Maybe not that long, but the top manager says the camera looks fantastic. Wow, I'm really happy to hear this. That's very cool. Hacklin says, do you like my balloon? I'm not completely sure what that means, but I do have a friend who had heart surgery recently, and he said that they reached into his groin and put a balloon into one of the valves in his heart. So maybe that's what you're talking about. The hereafter, is hair mousse a good substitute for this recipe? I'm not really sure what the connection is with the kind of mousse that you eat for dessert and mousse that you put in your hair. When I was a younger stud, I used to put mousse in my hair before I'd go out. And that was usually sort of a way that you could attract people. Let's see, Anon 140, stay strong. I know that feel. Yep. Thanks. I think you're probably talking about about roast beef. Oh, Shane Yes just joined in. You're still a stud, Henry.
Okay.
Thanks, Shane Yes. And I want to say that today's recipe actually came as a suggestion from Shane Yes on the Discord. So Shane, once again, I'm going to show you your amazing suggestion here. Triple chocolate mousse. It's going to be exciting. And I don't believe we're using the oven for this, which is good because we're still in weird weather out here. It's not so much a heat wave, but now it's like kind of a muggy, hot storm type weather. But Dr. Jones, why have talent when you could just put maybe some... wait, I missed it. Dr. Jones, why have talent when you could just not and still succeed on YouTube, I guess, huh? Yeah. No, I mean, if you can succeed on YouTube, you don't really need talent. You need a cat, and you need... I have a little bit of talent in the cooking department because I've been doing it a long time. I don't know if you'd call it talent, but certainly experience. Anyway, It's Kate X says, I think the photo might be photoshopped. Why else would it have text on it? Oh, yeah. I want to make a comment about this. When you look at these beauty pictures on the internet of the food that you're eating, these are done by very professional photographers. You could see that the green on their lettuce on the top there's no such thing as lettuce that's that beautiful and green. That happens only in a computer with filters and such. You can also see that it's perfectly circular. I don't think that there's any way to get it that perfect. But yeah, like It's Kate X says, there's a logo on the bottom of some sort. That's probably the photographer. Bumblevision just resubscribed for 3 months. And Bumblevision and I, thanks Egged OG. Bumblevision and I are actually going to be playing some games because Bumblevision's a streamer in his own right, and we're going to do that, I think, a week from this Thursday. And this Thursday I'll be playing games with Moki's Nirvana, and that's going to be exciting too. I've been watching Moki's channel, and it's really good. So Steve909 has resubscribed. Thank you. Blurry Little Quest, Voltec, Hopeless Finn, Danny Dan has resubscribed. Oh wait, no, these are from the other day. Sorry, and that's great too. Madness Metal, Egged OG, Bumblevision, It's a Cure, It's Tacular, Is Tacular, The Danimals, Dyko Art, Freok, Crazy German, We Boosted, Mr. Blister. Okay. Cardboard Man, I have seen Chocolate Horse, but I have yet to see a Chocolate Mousse. Yeah, how do you plan to do the antlers? So Cardboard Man 3, I want to bring this up because I was just as confused as you were when I started Googling Chocolate Mousse. This is spelled a different way, M-O-U-S-S-E, which I believe is French. Mousse, M-O-O-S-E, is the animal. I don't really know what kind of animal it is. Maybe it's sort of like a horse, but it's like Cardboard Man says, it does have antlers on it, so it's a different type of a thing. What the Duck says, I googled Chocolate Mouse and it doesn't look anything. Yeah, no. Chocolate Mouse, I think that's probably more of something that you'd see during Christmas time when they have cute chocolate bunnies and stuff. Or maybe that's Easter, I don't know. But anyway, we're getting a little distracted here. We've got a real action-packed day today. There's going to be some song requests. There's going to be some game requests also. I'm going to continue playing Stray, which is the game that we were playing in honor of my cat, Roast Beef, who now is fast asleep in a duffel bag. And so we're going to be doing a lot of that kind of thing. But right now, let's start making some chocolate mousse. Or meese. If anything can be said about chocolate mousse, it's that it fits deftly. Oh, I already read that. Okay, so let's start by taking a look at our ingredients here. As you can see, I've got 4 eggs, some heavy whipping cream used for whipping. I've got some Hershey's chocolate cocoa, some vanilla extract. I have 3 different colors of chocolate bar here, which is the way that we're going to get our triple chocolate mousse. This is all I could find at the grocery store, but this one is milk chocolate. This is dark chocolate, and then we've got a white chocolate cookies and cream thing.
Okay.
Thanks, Ryan CP, for resubscribing. 4 eggs. Heavy whipping cream used for whipping. Vanilla extract. We're going to use 1 teaspoon of that, and we've got our cocoa powder, and I think that's it. So, it's not a lot of ingredients, but I will say it's a pain in the ass because we're going to use some special techniques developed by the French in order to get our eggs fluffy, and I always have a difficult time with that. I do have a utensil, an electronic appliance that we're going to use for that, so we'll see.
Okay.
So let's look at some of the steps to make it. Let's start with the first one. In a medium pan, we're going to set over low-medium heat We're going to heat 3/4 of a cup of the heavy cream until it just starts to steam. Now, also, guys, this is going to make way too much, so I'm going to be dividing these ingredients by quite a bit. All right, so this wants 2.5 ounces of white chocolate. This is how many ounces? 4 ounces. So one serving of this is 28 grams. Alexa, how many ounces is 28 grams?
28 grams is about 0.99 ounces.
Okay, let's just call it 1 ounce. So one serving is 4 pieces. So we're going to use 4 pieces of these. 1 ounce. We're going to divide everything. It says 2.5 ounces. It's roughly maybe a third or 40%, I think. So we're going to divide everything by 40% or 0.4. Sometimes the math fucks me up, but all right, we're going to use 4 pieces of each one of these. I assume they have pieces on the inside. And so that means with heavy whipping cream, it says it wants 3/4 of a cup. Let's just do half. Alexa, what's half of 3/4 of a cup?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, math. Multiply 3/4 times 1/2 and you get 3/8. 1/2 of 3/4 of a cup equals 3/8 of a cup.
3/8. Okay. So that's roughly 1/2. So I'm going to do a 1/2 cup of this. Let's just move all this shit out of the way. The reason we have cups is that's what we're going to make it a circular thing like they have in the picture. All right. So as you can see here, I have a pan, a regular ordinary pan that we're going to be using on our induction oven thing, whatever. All right, so what did it say? Medium high? In medium pan, set over low medium heat. Low medium is right there. So we're going to put in 1/2 cup of our heavy whipping cream used for whipping. I don't want to over pour. I took the thing off, but I guess there's another fucking thing underneath it. Okay, and again, these cup things are not exactly accurate, but they're pretty close. So this is 1/2 cup. I'm just going to pour it on there like so. I'm going to rinse that cup off because we're going to need it for later. It's always good to wear some kind of protective gear on your hands when you're working with hot items. All right, I think we're done with the whipping cream, so we're going to put that back into the refrigerator. Morning Stone says the duck's burnt. You're a burnt pan. It's a burnt pan. I don't think it's burnt. I think if you've used a lot, if you've used this, I've had this pot since July. So, or pan or whatever. Matt Foxall says, what's he making? If you're just joining us right now, we are making Henry's Succulent Triple Chocolate Mousse. So it's chocolate mousse, but it's got 3 different types of chocolate. I want to thank Avocado Halves for subscribing, along with Ryan CP, Madness Metal, Egged OG, Bumblevision, See if there's any questions. L Lake O says whipping cream is too kinky for me. Can I use vanilla instead? Well, we're going to be using vanilla. If you have whipped cream, you can use whipped cream as well. Mohan says, are there any dishes that you'd never make again? Yeah. I'm not going to make the whiskey barrels again. I made Henry's chocolate whiskey barrels, and a lot of people said that they looked like pieces of shit, which was kind of cruel, but it was, I guess, kind of accurate. Okay, so I'm not sure what's going on here. Oh, I see. There's a start button on there that I forgot to push. So we've got that going now. And what's supposed to happen is it's supposed to start steaming. And then in a separate bowl, we're going to be mixing the egg yolks, the sugar, and the vanilla until the mixture is smooth. So I'm going to move this over. I'm going to do 2 egg yolks. So when it asks for egg yolks, that's really, really tricky because you can't get any white in there. Fortunately, I've gotten pretty good at it using something called the toss method. So when you open it, you're going to have it like this. And remember, you just want the yolk. So what you can do is you can toss the yolk back and fuck. All right. We're going to have a little white in that one, but okay. I think what happened here is that I didn't crack it right in the middle. So we're going to crack it right in the middle, and we're going to toss. There we go. So now we have a yolk all by itself. I think I'm going to start over and get another bowl. Now that we've got just yolk isolated. And we'll just use this for either to water our plants, or we'll figure out something so that we're not wasting it. Next. Don't want that there. We want just yolk. So we're going to toss. There we go. Getting a little messy here. I don't want to attract more flies than we already have. By the way, the paper towels that I'm using today are from a brand called Brawny, and they are very heavy duty. You only need like 6 or 7 of them to pick up half an egg white. Okay, so we have our isolated egg yolk. Again, the recipe calls for 4 eggs, and if you were on the Discord, I told you to get 4 eggs. We're only using 2, and that's because we're not going to be stuck with like tons of, fucking chocolate mousse here. I'm only using 2 cups.
Okay.
So, let's see what's next on the agenda here. We've got our yolks only. We're going to add our sugar, of which there is 3 tablespoons. So that could have worked out easier. We have to figure out what a half of 3 tablespoons is. We're going to put in our vanilla, which is 1 teaspoon. So we're going to do half a teaspoon of vanilla. 3 tablespoons granulated sugar. Half teaspoon of vanilla until it's smooth. Okay, so let's grab our sugar, and what did it say? 3 tablespoons. Alexa, what's half of 3 tablespoons of sugar?
1.5 metric tablespoons.
Okay, so 1.5. A lot of people don't realize how much math there is, so I'm just going to guesstimate how much math there is in cooking. A lot of people chose cooking because they sucked at math, but guess what? There's math in cooking. There's actually math in just about everything that you try to do, even music. There's a lot of math in music. Like there's that song, One is the Loneliest Number, and several other ones. Okay, so this is actually a quarter of a teaspoon. So we're going to use 2 of these. This is vanilla extract. And we're going to stir it up. Whisk that sucker into a frenzy. Alright, our milk is starting to steam. Let's take a look at our directions here. In a slow, steady stream, pour the hot cream into the egg mixture, whisking constantly. So this is that kind of French type maneuver that we're going to have here. But I'm going to look ahead. Does it want us to do all of it? Alright, this is going to start getting complicated. Be very careful. Not only are you dealing with a very hot pan here, but you're also dealing with very nuanced ingredients. We have egg yolk with no egg white. We've got a little bit of vanilla extract. We're also doing math. We're doing a lot of shit here, and it's real easy for something to go wrong. The DJ Button says, you gave me the confidence and motivation to start cooking again. The first couple of days didn't go great, but after I accidentally burnt my house down, I think I finally clicked. Wow. Alright, so I want to say that we at Henry's Kitchen are not necessarily liable for any mistakes that happen on your end. I have had people tell me that when they were leaving their oven preheated, like I told them to do, I find it better to just leave your oven preheated all the time. I've had it off since it's a heat wave, but some people said that they were getting lightheaded. And let's see, if I don't have any vanilla extract, this is Jamie Dodger, can I substitute with green food coloring instead? That might be weird, but I don't know, maybe. Okay. So in a slow, steady stream, we're going to pour our hot cream into the egg, whisking constantly. So here we go. This is not easy, folks. This is not your grandma's mousse. We want a slow, steady stream while we're still whisking. Okay. The key to that is you want to still be whisking while you're pouring your cream in. That way you get this light, fluffy flavor or consistency that we have. You want to whip it until it's a nice, bouncy, fluffy sort of a consistency. Kind of like your mom would make if she was making like a meringue pie or something like that. Okay. DJ Senpai says, I struggle with a slow, steady stream in the bathroom. Can you give advice? That doesn't sound cooking related. It sounds medically related, so I'm not sure. Degree Scaffold. Henry, ever consider doing left-handed cooking show someday? That might be weird because I'm not left-handed, but for people out there that are left-handed, just do everything that I'm doing here, but use your left hand instead. Okay, so pour the hot cream egg mixture, which is what we have in our bowl, back into the pan now. And we're going to cook it over our low, medium heat, constantly whisking for 4 minutes. until a thermometer reads 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so here we go. We are going to now, I'm going to get some of our brawny paper towel here. Something came out a little weird about that vanilla. I don't know what's going on. The vanilla that I used, I think, might have been old because it's been sitting around a long time. Okay, so while you're constantly whisking, we're going to put this thing back. I don't know why this thing decided to go off, but we're going to put it back on. We are now going to pour the hot cream egg mixture back into the pan, cook it over low-medium heat, constantly whisking for 4 minutes until a thermometer reads 160 degrees Fahrenheit. So keep whisking, guys. That's how you're going to get that light fluffiness that we've got going here with the egg yolks. I just had a thought, and I'm not going to let this bother me, but I've seen that color before, and I did it again. Son of a bitch. The vanilla extract comes in a very small little container, and I thought it was this, but this is food coloring, and I did it when we made banana buns. We're going to do the same thing. The food coloring has no flavor to it whatsoever, and neither does vanilla extract, so it doesn't matter. It's just going to be greenish. But for a second there, I was worried because I was like, maybe the vanilla goes bad or something. Vanilla is not something that you use very often. I mean, I have a little tiny bottle of it that I bought back in 1994, and it's only like halfway, empty at this point. So, it's easy to just have that sitting around and then you fuck things up. Let's see here. Don't Buy Starforge says, if you had to separately eat the ingredients of any recipe, which recipe would I choose? Well, that one's easy for me. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'll sit there with peanut butter and a spoon and just watch a movie and eat it like popcorn. And I'll do the same with jelly and bread. Obviously, you can eat bread. Everyone Type Forson says, I don't have vanilla extract. Can I use green spray paint instead? No. Yeah, you definitely want to either use vanilla or just skip that whole step because, again, neither of them have any flavor to them at all. Let's see what's happening here. So this should be cooking. I think I'm supposed to be still whisking. Okay. It's turning into sort of a kind of an omelet sort of a consistency, which is interesting. But it hasn't been. Alexa, how much time left on the timer?
There are no timers set.
Okay.
Oh shit! I was supposed to put the timer on. Does anybody know how long it's been? I think it's been roughly 4 minutes now. In 3 separate metal bowls, one for each chocolate, we're going to melt the chocolates over a double boiler. I don't have that, and I don't even know what it is. But I think what they're basically saying is we're going to start melting our chocolates. And then we're going to whisk 1/3 of our custard into each melted chocolate. Oh, I see where they're going with this. And then we're going to allow it to cool. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to melt chocolate. It wants to do it over a chocolate boiler. I don't have that, obviously. So once we're done, we're going to mix equal amounts of our custard our custard being this that we're making right now. And that is going to be, let's see, mixed in equal parts, 1/3 of each. And that's going to make us a triple custard. Okay, so I see where they're going with this now. Let's go. Ow. Watch out, guys. If you try to move this thing, it's very, very hot. I'm going to go ahead and use the pot holder. I'm going to put this aside. Here. I'm going to use, I have our roast beef thing that you put down for hot. I'm kind of surprised the flies aren't coming around for this food. Usually they're all over it. I think I just saw one there. Okay, so let's get another pot. Here, I'm gonna go get a pot. Meanwhile, we can check the roast beef cam. Okay. So I'm going to use this to melt down our chocolate, which we will be doing right now. Why don't we go start with our white chocolate. It says error. It doesn't say what temperature, but 1 for each chocolate. We're going to melt the chocolates. Just as long as they melt, we should be okay. So I'm going to use 4 pieces of this. We're going to melt that down. That might take a second. So maybe while we're waiting for that to happen, maybe this could be a good time to take a song request. I've always said you have to have something that you enjoy doing in life. Otherwise, there's really no point. And cooking for me obviously isn't quite that. Cooking is more my job, it's work. I'm good at it for whatever reason, so I'm sort of considered a cooking explainer, if you will, in culinary circles. But generally speaking, while I'm waiting for stuff to melt, I like to do other things, and right now it looks like this is going to take a little while to melt, this chocolate that we have. I'm kind of surprised it's not melted yet, but it's turned on and everything. So we're going to give that a little time, and then meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and do a song. This one was requested to us by Corn Checks on the Discord. It's a song that is from the 70s. I remember it when I was a little kid. I'm going to do the best I can. The guy's got a much higher voice than I do. About a guy going through a breakup. Spending all my nights going out on the town, doing anything just to get you off of my mind. Yeah, when the morning comes, right back where I started. Baby, come back. Any kind of fool could see I was wrong, and I just can't live without you. Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. There was something in everything about you. All day long, waiting for a mask of false bravado. I don't know what bravado is doing in a 70s song, but trying to keep up the smile that hides a tear, yeah. But as the sun goes down, I get that empty feeling again. How I wish to God that you were here. Baby, come back. Any kind of fool could see there was something in everything about you. Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. I was wrong, and I just can't live without you. Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. It's much higher than that. Baby, come back. Any kind of fool could see there was something in everything about you. Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. I was wrong, and I just can't live without you. Okay, that's a song that came to us from Corn Checks on the Discord. It's called Baby Come Back. And it's a 70s song about a guy who's roaming the streets, going to the bars, doing a lot of bad things, trying to get this girl off of his mind, which is what probably 95% of songs are about. There are exceptions. Bohemian Rhapsody isn't about that, but that might be the only one. Oh, and then also a song called Space Odyssey, which we're actually going to do in just a little bit. That was from Kairosa. But right now I think it's time to check what's happening here. I'll go to the roast beef cam for a sec. Okay. Not a lot of movement going on here. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is completely melted. It was just sort of still stuck in that situation. Get rid of our eggshells. We don't need those anymore. In fact, I'm going to put our eggs back in the fridge. So what we have here is a chocolate concoction. We're going to take a little bit of our green stuff that we've got. It's not supposed to be green, but that was from our... We want to take about a third of our mixture. And we're going to mix it up. So now we have chocolate and our custard, which is what you call the egg mixture. And remember, we've put the ingredients down to a smaller amount. But let's see here. So we're going to whisk 1/3 of the custard into each melted chocolate to allow the mixture to cool completely. Okay. Beat the remaining chilled cream on high speed. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, I think this one's done. So let's put this on a little plate. I'm running out of plates. So I'm going to clean the one that we had. Okay. So this is our white chocolate layer. It smells delicious. Okay. So we'll put that there. And let's start working on another layer here. Why don't we this time do our dark chocolate? Again, we're going to just grab about 4 pieces of this chocolate. I'll be honest with you, I'm starting to think maybe I should have grabbed more chocolate because I don't know if we're going to have enough of that stuff that I just poured to get 2 full mousses. But if we just do 2 mousses, or if we just do 1 mousse, that's probably fine. I'm just making this for myself and I just live alone with my cat. Okay, so we've got our dark chocolate here. I'm going to throw this into that. And hopefully this is going to start melting. This is going to be delicious, you guys. Why don't we go for a different song? This is a song that was requested. Now, I want to address something here. This is a song from the 70s. A lot of you might be familiar with the artist Jose Suicidio. There was a famous lawsuit where David Bowie's estate went after Jose Suicidio for stealing the first couple of lines of his song, Help Me, from this song by David Bowie. And I'm going to play both of them for you back to back. Help me make it through the night, 'cause I am tired and alone. Now I'm going to play the David Bowie song, which I'm going to do in its entirety, but it's very similar. Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. So it's very similar. It's in a different key, and that's all of it. But the lawsuit was not successful because what they found out is that Jose Suicidio had never made any money from the song Help Me, so there was really nothing to sue for. But everybody was a little bit surprised because it's a popular song. But I'm going to go ahead and do the song Space Oddity in its entirety. And this is a song request that we got from Kairosa on the Discord channel. And I hope you enjoy it. Okay. And maybe you'll hear undertones, the dulcet undertones of Jose Suicidio. And maybe you can have a very Suicidio Sunday. Dr. Hyman McBuster has subscribed. Thank you, Hyman McBuster. Theo Maximus, Frizz2394, Lindsay6669, Gigi Ellen, that's clever, Mark Lahorn, Prison Fingers, and S. Martinez, 9173, Moofin Scoops, Mewku 2000, Peace Duder, Avocado Halves, Ryan CP, Madness Metal, Ego G, Bumble Vision. Okay, so that's a lot of people. Thank you guys. Thanks very much. I hope everybody's having a good Sunday, and Let's go ahead and do this little number. Something 915. Can you suggest a good trivia team name for this evening?
Okay.
A good trivia. Well, there's probably going to be some terms in here, and I'm sure that chat will help a lot too, but I would probably say something along the lines of green custard. Chocolate loving flies. There'll be other ones, but here we go. Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. Ground control to Major Tom. Commencing countdown, engines on. Check ignition and may God's love be with you. This is ground control to Major Tom. You've really made the grade. And the papers want to know whose shirt you wear. Now it's time to leave the capsule if you dare. This is Major Tom to ground control. I'm stepping through the door, and I'm floating in a most peculiar way. And the stars look very different today. For here am I sitting in a tin can, far above the world. Planet Earth is blue, and there's nothing I can do. Uh-oh. Goes on from there. So hopefully that worked. Okay, great. That came to us from Kairosa with a little bit of a backstory to it. I think it's time to check on our chocolate. Yeah. So this chocolate has basically melted. So what we're going to do now, let's stir it around a little bit there. This looks a little bit more like a real kind of a dessert item. And then now we're going to get some of this green custard, which again is not supposed to be green. I put food coloring in it. However, food coloring has no flavor. It's just I don't even know why it exists, really. Just a little more custard on this one. Stir it up pretty good. Try to get it to be a nice consistency. I think that's pretty good. Let's move this out of the way. Go to our plate. We're really cooking now. And I'm going to put our second chocolate mousse down. And we'll put this on the other side there. It's a little lumpy. I was hoping maybe it would be a little more bouncy and creamy. But you don't get everything that you wish for in life or in the kitchen, for that matter. And that's definitely true today. But I think it's going to be good. It smells good. Let's see what roast beef thinks of this. Uh-oh. Roast beef seems to have gone somewhere. Sometimes he does that when things get a little too steamy.
Okay.
But that's okay. Holy moly Mo, thanks for joining us. Alright, so Tinlef, you playing the bomb game with Nim again?
Okay.
Maybe not that one, but we can do that one. But I have some other games that I'm into that I'd like to maybe do with Nim also. Can't thank Nim enough because he had me on his stream and I started a Twitch channel, and here we are cooking twice a week, doing games on Thursday nights, and it's all basically because of Nim. So I appreciate that. And let's take a look at what we've got here. So we've got our 2 mousses, or meese. I don't know how what the plural of it would be, but let's do our 3rd chocolate. We're making triple chocolate mousse. So the 3rd one that we're going to use, as a matter of fact, I'm going to clean some of this. I'm going to take a Brawny paper towel. I'm not sponsored by Brawny paper towels. I wouldn't mind if they wanted to sponsor me. So I'm trying to sort of talk them up. But Brawny paper towels, all you need really is 7 or 8 of them to clean up a simple mess like this. Okay, so we've cleaned that out pretty good. And now we're going to put in our milk chocolate. Yeah, maybe I'll do one more song. And all the ones on the Discord, I often say this and I feel bad, but there's some very difficult ones in there. So I'm not, see if we can focus that a little bit more. It's supposed to autofocus. So I'm not able to do any of the other ones right now because the ones that have been requested are a little too difficult, but I will be eventually learning them. Why do I only have 2 chocolates here? There was some weird noise there. You guys hear that? Oh shit. Sorry, hold on a second. I don't know what happened. I don't know how that happened, but somehow I put this, I don't know if anybody saw that, but I put this thing on 425 degrees, which was way too hot. So I'm glad I caught that. When you're dealing with this type of cookware that you buy at the Goodwill, you never know what you're up against. Okay, so let me know if anybody has any song requests while we're waiting for that to cook. I'm going to do one if I can. The first one that I see that I actually know, I'm going to go ahead and do. Timlet wants Brother Man Bill, and I'm telling you, that song, I will be doing it eventually, but wow, is it hard. There's so many words. Mr. Blue Sky is a great one, but I can't do that one right off the bat. Okay. All right. We have a request that I think I can do. It's not easy, but let's see. I'm gonna take a quick look. Yeah, no, it's too hard. Okay, so I'm gonna try. All right, the bromine wants to hear this song by Rush called Tom Sawyer. I remember it as a kid. It's going to be difficult for me to sing, so you might hear me go down the octave a little bit, but I'm going to try it. And then we got to take a look at our chocolate. A modern day warrior, mean stride. Today's Tom Sawyer, mean pride. Though his mind is not for rent, don't put him down as arrogant. His reserve a quiet defense, writing out the day's events. And what you say about his company is what you say about society. Catch the mist, catch the myth, catch the mystery, catch the switch. All right.
Okay.
The world is love and life are deep. Maybe as his eyes are white. I'm gonna just cut to the last verse here. It's very hard to do prog rock on an acoustic guitar in a kitchen while you're burning stuff. Exit the warrior, today's Tom Sawyer. He gets high on you as you trade in the energy you trade, and it gets right onto the friction of the day. All right, that was for the bromine, and that took a lot out of me, I will say. But let's take a look at our chocolate situation. Okay, so we have our milk chocolate. This is the third part of the puzzle, if you will. And I'm going to turn this off now. And I'm going to move that out of the way. And we're going to do our third concoction. Okay, hold on, wait. I'm starting to get confused. First order of business is to combine our chocolate here with our custard. I'm starting to wish I did a little bit more chocolate. Son of a bitch. But that happens. You know what it is, because everything's fucking green. And even though it doesn't have a taste, it still is annoying. But let's go ahead and stir this up. Yeah, I was hoping I'd have extra and then I could hand it out to my neighbors as a nice little treat for them. But I don't think I do. I think this is just going to be all for myself and my cat, who we're going to have to find. Actually, my cat is not going to eat any of this stuff. I think that might kill him. So, I don't want anybody out there making chocolate mousse and feeding it to your cat. But I do like to sit with my cat while I eat whatever the concoction is that I made. And this one's coming out pretty good, I will say. All right. Want to be very careful not to mix these up. Okay, don't pay any attention to the color of it. We're going to take care of that. Now, on to the next step. It's finally starting to look a little bit like chocolate mousse. For anybody just joining us, we're making triple chocolate mousse as suggested by one of our users named Shane Yes, who's a user of Discord. You could be a Twitch user or a Discord user. He's not a drug user. I don't actually know Shane Yes personally, so he might very well be. But either way, I have nothing to do with that. Beat the remaining chilled cream on high speed until peaks form. I don't know what they're talking about there. We're going to skip that. Stir 2 tablespoons of the whipped cream. Oh, okay. Fuck. Okay. There was a step that we didn't quite do, and I'm trying to decide if maybe we can just skip it. I think we're going to skip it. They want a little bit more cream in each one of these things. I don't see any point. We already put cream in the egg mixture, so we're going to skip that. But basically what we're going to do now is we're going to layer our chocolate mousse, milk chocolate, the white chocolate, and the dark chocolate into serving cups, and we're going to chill before serving. So there we go. All right, so let's do that part now. The question is how, and kind of made a big mess here, unfortunately. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take one of our plastic cups here, and we're going to put half of one layer in there. Now, normally what you would do is you would put the bottom layer in there in the refrigerator and let it chill for like 4 hours so that you don't mix the flavors. We obviously don't have time for that, so we're not going to do that. But it's already gotten a little bit hard anyway. You basically just want it to touch the rim of the cup. So you should have 3 layers. I didn't make enough. I should have just used whatever the recipe is. All right, we're going to do another one. This one's kind of broken, but I don't think that's going to matter. I'm going to start with the chocolate. I'm going to go with the dark chocolate on the bottom. This should work out a little bit better because we're using... because this thing's a little more narrow. But yeah, ideally you would put that in the fridge. We're not going to do that. Our middle layer and our top layer. I'm kind of over it, guys. This is going to be delicious, whatever it is. It doesn't really look like... You see how in the picture, you know, obviously they use Photoshop and all that stuff, but they didn't use food coloring for one thing, but also there's a couple of things that look like they went in a different direction than what we're doing here. But anyway, let's put these in the fridge. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take them out. But I'm going to put them in there for a little while we play our cat game. I'm going to have to find my cat roast beef here. But let's chill those. Oh. Looks like roast beef went back to his spot there. Now, I like to do a little welfare check on roast beef now and then because he's an old cat, so we never really know for sure whether he's going to be around. Also this way, you know, we can have them facing the camera. It's a little bit better view. You know, no one wants to sit there and stare at a cat's ass for a long time. I mean, I'm sure some people do, but not me. And maybe not you either, but okay, so let's go ahead and play a little bit of our game here now. I've got my game controller. So for those of you who weren't with us on Thursday night, we've been playing this game called Stray, which follows a cat named, well, we're naming the cat Roast Beef. Basically what we've decided to do is decided that Roast Beef, who's very old now, looks back on the early days of his life before he was rescued by me. And it really is a mystery in terms of what exactly he was doing. But we like to think that this game is a representation of what was going on in Roast Beef's life before we coincided. I don't say that I'm the owner of Roast Beef. I like to look at it more like we're roommates of sorts. And thanks to Quanto, we have a Roast Beef cam on the bottom here that we can check out. And I don't know if Fawcan's out there. Are you able to change the category to Stray? I think that's something that apparently people get really angry if I don't do that. Fawcan's one of the moderators, and I want to thank Fawcan and also all the moderators, but I'm going to do that in just a little bit. Here we go. Let's go ahead and resume. So if you're wondering where we were last time, there were all these cats outside. They were flirting with each other and running around, and then our cat Roast Beef fell down a long cliff and eventually became injured and was walking around this dungeon of some sort, or some city that was like with no sun. It was just sort of covered, and now he's trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. And I was trying to look at comments and stuff, but I didn't realize while I was doing it that Roast Beef died. But you know, we're gonna go back to that part where I died and try to do it again. All right, so here we go. Let me know if everything's working from a technical standpoint here too. Make sure that you're able to hear the audio. Okay, good. Okay, so here's what happened. So, oh yeah, and also the cat's got a jetpack. It's not really a jetpack. It's a computer of some sort on his back. And the computer helps him. But right now we're going to get into this bucket. And we're going to fall into all these like giant rat things that try to kill him. And this is where I died before. You have to run really fast, and you have to get them off of you. Alright, it's a little bit trickier than I thought. We're going to try it again. I think that if I can jump on top of the dumpster, then they can't get me. Yeah, Zero says game over. Yeah, that was a pretty quick game. All right, so we're going to try this again. I'm sorry, I might not be attentive for a second. I have to actually concentrate here. I'm going to try to get a running start. Wow. Sorry. I pushed some button that made it, the button that I pushed made me talk to the computer, and that obviously wasn't the time to do it. All right. We're going to try this again. I promise we're not going to do this 15,000 times. Or we might, I don't know. All right, here we go. But it's kind of cool to look at anyway. I've got kind of messy fingers. There we go. That actually wasn't nearly as hard as I probably made it look. Okay, so now we're in a new area. Uh-oh. We're in an area called the slums. The Toilet Destroyer says, have you ever made a poo-poosa before? Yeah, I did. I have a video of it on YouTube. McRide1 says, God Gamer. Yeah. Okay, it looks like we're in some kind of a nightclub situation or a club. We saw somebody sweeping. What the fuck? Alright, just got doors slammed in my face, which isn't the first time that's happened when I tried to show up to a club. Let's go. Everybody's running around. Uh-oh. Maybe Sport says they didn't want his food. Yeah, that's probably what happened. So you can see roast beef sleeping. This is basically what he dreams about, if anybody was curious. Yeah, Thick and Hat says, where's B12, your robot buddy? Yeah, he's on my back. All right. Talk to this guy. So a bunch of nonsense there. Yeah, no shit. They seem to have their own language. You're no Zerk. We're not familiar with your kind. He's not familiar with cats. You are welcome in our village as long as you don't eat anyone. That's probably a good policy generally. All right. Mango 42069, did your gaming setup arrive and you get set up? Yeah, I did. I had a lot of help from the community as well. So thanks everybody for that. So we've definitely upped our gaming game. I was trying to do a cooking simulator and it wasn't going well on my Mac system, so we upgraded everything. All right, so you look lost. So I have this computer here, and I can actually show certain things. A picture of the outside, ridiculous. The elevator isn't operational. Everyone knows that it's impossible to leave this place, well, except the outsiders. The outsiders, of course, they're referring to Ralph Macchio and Matt Dillon from a movie from the 1980s. But they're all gone now except Momo. You can try to talk to him if you want, but he gave up on trying to leave. It's for the best. He lives high up in that building along with the orange sign. Okay, so I guess that's probably where we're gonna have to go. I can ask B12 for help. Don't hesitate to call me anytime. I'm here to help. The Guardian told us to talk to Momo. Yeah, I remember that.
Okay.
Up in the big building with the orange neon sign, he's the only lead we've got for getting out of here. Thanks JJ4G for subscribing, and oh, okay, I'm gonna thank everybody later because I'm in the game now apparently. So okay, he's the only lead we've got. Let's see what's going on in here. Okay, yeah, so every time you see a rug, you can work out your claws a little bit. Fuck everybody, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this throughout the whole game. This is the part I'm good at. Alright. You gave us such a fright, we thought you were a Zerk. You really thought you'd take the elevator. I've never seen that thing work. And I'm 374 years. I'm getting a Logan's Run kind of vibe from this because it looks like outside is a thing that these people don't see. Why go up there? There's nothing there. So everybody's being a little bit of a dick. Oh, they're meditating, I guess. My robot can translate. Only our ancestors can distinguish these colors. It's said they once dominated the world. Oops. Our long-gone ancestors, the soft ones, left us this city. That's probably why they're long gone, because they were known as the soft ones. If you call people the soft ones, they're going to be long gone. Left us the city, our home is their legacy. All right. All right, so there's really not a whole lot going on here that I know of. Oh, yeah, many viced gods said they didn't procreate. Alright, I'm just looking around. Looks like a basketball there. Who's this guy? Hello, I'm the merchant of the market. You give me something and I'll give you something in exchange. It's as simple as that. That's an electric cable. I'll exchange this for a super spirit detergent. That's the best I can do. See what he thinks of my postcard. No. This is an ancient relic, a testament to the talent of our ancestors. It'll cost you 3 energy drink cans. Piece of music. 1 energy. Okay, so it sounds like I probably need to go around and try to get these items. There was an energy drink can. Super spirit detergent. Is there anything back there? We found out on Thursday with this game is that if you generally head toward the lighted areas, that's where all the action is. Oh, here's a guy. I take care of the plants. The humans improved them so much. Now they require very little light. I just add a bit of water and look how big they get. It's really an amazing technology. Oh, let me show him my postcard. Ah, Some people tried to find an exit in this city. It didn't go well. You got a guy here. Hello, I'm a musician, but I don't have any songs. Well, he doesn't have a chat that he can ask for songs like Tom Sawyer, apparently. But, okay. We're gonna have to get some songs. So that's all that was. What's this? Okay. Apparently I can go to sleep. This is probably the closest we've gotten to being like the actual roast beef. That's pretty cool. Some sleeping. You gotta love a game where sleeping is one of your options. Uh-oh. I seem to have a bag on my head. Nothing I'm pushing gets this bag off my head. Okay. Alright, so no more picking up the bag, I guess. Oh, we can translate this. Access to the sewers is condemned because of the proliferation of Zerks. Stay safe in the safe zone. Out of here. Use digicode. I guess I need a code of some sort to open that. That sucks. Okay, so that's another thing that we have to do is find the code. Alright, well let's go exploring around this town here. Hey, what was that? Oh, nice. I've got the energy can. I think that means I can buy something from that guy. Let's see. A marketplace. Alright, I don't have 3. Music. Okay. Okay, so I have sheet music now, which I think I assume I'm going to take to the musician. Well, you got one now, buddy. The way you compute tonight. Oh, that's a nice one. Hear me out. Bumblevision, sorry, Henry. Forget my question about if you would have sex with a cat if you were another cat. Well, obviously, if I was another cat, I would. I wonder if this song brings back memories for the real roast beef. Remembering the time that he met that weird musician robot thing that had dreadlocks and played a guitar that sounded like a computer. Doesn't, okay. So, I think it's good to check. So, we can talk with this guy. Oh, that's how you meow. Thank you for that music. I will practice. Thanks. Do you think you can find more? Yeah, I'm sure I can find more. I guess all we need to do is find more energy drinks, but I need to get energy drinks to get that other thing too, whatever that was. Baderman. Oh, okay, I get it. The Barterman. Spirit Laundry. That was one of the things that we needed. Grandma Clothing. Elliott Programming. Let's go to the Spirit Laundry. That's the second one. It looks like it's the red arrow. Knock on the door here. Or scratch on the door. Marvis Minglebert, how often do you do game streams? You know what, Marvis? People were requesting it, and so it's kind of a new thing for me because the kitchen is really what my natural talent is. But I'll be doing streaming of games that are related to either the kitchen or, in this case, my cat, roast beef. Are you one of the troublemakers playing with the paint buckets on the roof? Keep your paint away. I'm tired of cleaning my stoop because of your mess. It sounds like we're supposed to go to the roof. How do I do it? It's a classic cat move right there. I want to be on the other roof. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, there we go. Now I'm up on this thing. Getting real high up there here. Okay. Careful, I need to focus. I don't want to drop another bucket. All right, so I just made them.
Okay.
Blurry Little Quest says we are gaming the video game. That's right. Vapora, oops. Vapora's like, it's not my fault. Some fucking cat came here and just meowed at me. For no reason. Okay, but I think what that means now is that we've opened up gotta get down here. Okay, so yeah, the door's open now. I'm cleaning the porch of my shop again. Stop playing over my shop, you clumsy rascal. Some spooky music going on. That's one thing that hasn't changed it since video games from when I was a kid. When you hear the spooky music, that means you're about to do something significant, I assume. I don't know. Take the super detergent. We got it. Alright, so we've got our detergent. Is there anything else in here? What's this? Nothing? Alright, I'm gonna go back to that guy now. And I'm gonna go back to Baderman or whatever. Barterman is this way. Okay. Yeah. I think we're doing it now. What do I want? Super Spirit detergent. I actually have some right here. There you go. What do I do with it? Fuck. Has anybody out there played this game before? Oh, Helvetica Standard Bold. What games did you like from back then? I was a big fan of a game called Adventure on Atari. And, yeah, that was a very important thing if you were able to get to the Easter egg in Atari. And that answered also some other questions. Adventure is still an awesome game. I'd say the graphics for this game are better than Adventure. But still, Adventure was not bad. I do think it's pretty safe to say that if people that were playing Adventure back in 1984 or whatever that was, 83, were able to see this game, they would probably shit their pants. It would probably be just sort of mind-blowing. Maybe I can talk to my guy. Inventory. So what is this? Oh, that's the safe. Wait. Oh, examine. Okay, so it looks like we have the safe's password here. I take care of the plants. The humans improved them, so now they require very little light. I just add a bit of water. Oh yeah, we already talked to this guy. He's really into the plants technology. Let's show him our mysterious password. It's a very old binary code you have here. Only a real geek can read this. Well, I guess this guy's not a real geek. He could have fooled me. So we have to find someone who's a real geek. What about this guy? It's a very old binary code that you have. A real geek. So nobody here thinks of themselves as being a real geek. Okay. Oatmeal Gamer. Henry, I didn't know you were such a good gamer. I'm detecting a hint of sarcasm there, and that's okay. It's, you know, we all know that cooking is my thing. But if you guys have suggestions, if you've played this game, oh yeah, the place with the orange sign, Egged OG. That was something I was supposed to do. That's one problem with playing these things when you have a short attention span, because I forgot all about that. We were supposed to go to the orange sign. Where was it now? I guess we're just going to have to explore this town a little bit. Elliott Programming. Grandma Clothing. Well, we've done the first two. Grandma Clothing is this way. Grandma made me these clothes. Stylish? No. Show them the electric cable. That's some excellent wire you have there. Grandma would love that. Okay. Where the fuck is Grandma? You want something.
Okay.
Sorry. That's some great wire. Okay, so these guys don't have any help there. Who's this? Oh, that's Grandma. Well, I happen to have some electric cable right here. They said old binary and geek. How are you supposed to know whether you go to the grandma or the geek? Yeah. That's a good question, VAP3 Cramel. Poncho. I guess I have a poncho now. That's cool. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but let's go back to that orange sign. I'm breaking my own rule of going toward the lighted areas because I seem to be in an alley now. Yeah, no, that's a dead end. I'm glad they have realistic dead ends to remind you of life. Okay. Oh, who's this guy? You want a poncho? So if today's yesterday's tomorrow, tomorrow will be yesterday's today. Am I right? That's weird. Okay, I think we found our geek. We don't age like our soft one ancestors. We're trapped here forever. It's a very old binary code you have here. Only a real geek can read this. Okay, so my mistake. I thought you were a geek. Translate this. Looking for someone capable of monitoring the southern entrance to the safe zone. The remuneration is 2 pints of Subia oil per day. Okay. I'm cleaning the porch of my shop again. So, let's see what that's all about. Clumsy rascal. Sorry, I got a little bit distracted here because I just realized that our food's probably ready. I'm probably going to go ahead and continue this next time because I'm getting into this sort of area. I'm going to look at some of the comments here. Does anybody have any idea what the fuck I'm supposed to do right now? Yeah, if you look, it looks like we even lost roast beef here. So things are not necessarily going awesomely. Neon sign on the roof. Yeah, you're right. Let's do that. Let's go to the neon sign on the roof. Roast beef is starting to complain a little bit here. Okay. I'm going to start going upward. Oh, this is working out. Right. Oh, I'm getting a pretty good view of the city here. Whoa. I think that's that thing that I came down now. Oh, this is the guy that, oh no, not again. What do we got here? Sleeping guy. Oh. I guess roast beef decided to take a little nap there. You know what? That might be as good a time as any for us to just take a little break. Well, to take a break until the next stream, which is Wednesday. I'm going to save it here. And we're going to have to get back to our cooking. But thank you guys. Yeah, it does look like I need to find that neon sign. So let's quit. Well, everybody, we've got a pretty interesting situation going on with the game. Here, I got to turn that off. Looks like roast beef found himself in this little town where there's a lot of geeks that don't think of themselves as being geeks, but we have to find out one of them that can read this code that's going to open the safe, and something about energy drinks and a poncho that grandma made for us. A lot of cool stuff happening. Falcan is right on it in terms of the probably in terms of the stream info change. I appreciate that. All right, I want to take this moment before we eat our dish that we made today. I want to take this moment to thank all of the amazing people who have just come out of the woodwork to help the Henry's Kitchen Twitch live stream transition from YouTube to live, which has been incredibly more fun for me because I like the interaction and I also like being able to take suggestions. So the moderators, Dingo Bop, Fawcan, Dom Beef, Hottest Bear, Do Dingle, Dogoggy, Dr. Flanges, and Bacchus. Thank you very much for doing an amazing job. The first couple of streams I did, there were no moderators and the whole thing was just a mess. And I really appreciate that. I also always like to thank some of the other people I've met in the community, like Sir Doom, Bumble Vision, the LGX, Daisy Blossom, Melon95, Pilsman. I also want to thank Quanto, who is the one who made these incredible transitions that I believe I've shown you. You know, I mean, that's pretty incredible right there. Because if you tried to do that yourself using this OBS thing, it would be almost impossible. So he's really done sort of the impossible. Sorry, I just realized I left the controller on and I don't want to use up the battery. But this is all kind of new to me anyway. But okay. I also want to thank the big streamers like Nim, Moon, Forsen, XQC, Brian W. Foster, all these people who have shown the Henry's Kitchen videos and spread the word. I also want to thank Shane Yes for giving us our recipe suggestion today on the Discord channel. So there you have it. Now it's time to see. Oh, I have a suspicion here, and it's going to be kind of a pain in the ass, but...
Okay.
Yeah, just what I thought. The battery. Sorry. Just give me one quick moment. The battery in my camera that we're going to be using for our glory shot has gone dead. So I'm just going to switch it real quick. I'm going to have to get a better battery. I guess they weren't expecting me to be cooking for like that long of a period of time. Okay. I would show you roast beef during that time, but there's no roast beef cam, or there's no roast beef, there's a cam, but I guess he's probably out and about doing his thing. Yeah, the money shot, Blurry Little Quest, that's exactly what we need right now. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm gonna get a clean plate. I'm gonna use our. I know these don't look great so far, but wait, just you wait. We're gonna put them on a nice plate. This is the fun part. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put them upside down. They're supposed to fall out. Okay, well, we've got one anyway. So as you can see, it's a slightly different coloration than what we were going for, but it is definitely three distinct layers, but we're not done. We're going to be coating this with a little bit of our chocolate, our Hershey's chocolate situation. Fuck. I just kind of got it all over the place. And I really want to get this one out too. You know, the nice thing about making dessert is even if it comes out kind of funky looking, it still is going to be delicious, because basically, how could you go wrong, right? You're dealing with chocolates and fine custards and stuff like that. So the last thing that this needs is some kind of a garnishing. I do not have a fun little mint like they had in the picture there, but fortunately I've got a little bit of lettuce, which is going to serve as our garnish. So
Okay.
let's go ahead and put that down there. We'll put one on each. I know that this other one didn't really maintain its consistency very well, but you know, you do what you can. And again, like someone mentioned, they do a lot of trick photography when they do these food photography that you'll see on the internet. So obviously ours isn't going to come out looking that perfect, but I would say overall we definitely came close. This is our 3-layer mousse, triple chocolate mousse situation. And yeah, I mean, I would go as far as to say there was some stuff that actually sort of went wrong. But, you know, you can't sit there and kick yourself because whatever you did didn't work out exactly the same as the one that they had. Before I eat this, I want to give you guys a chance to ask any questions that you might have. Mango 420, I see a luggage next to roast beef's bed. Does he plan on moving out? You know, I always have a suitcase packed and ready to go at any time. Just in case some shit goes down. And I'd be taking roast beef with me, so that's what that suitcase was. All right, so the Blue Novo says scrambled eggs with chocolate. Yeah, I mean, that's basically what we did here. Scrambled eggs with also some food coloring in there. Okay. So here we go. Let's go ahead and take a bite of our wonderful chocolate mousse. Sorry, it's on autofocus, but there it is. That's a pretty nice shot. Let's see what we got. Let's eat this in honor of roast beef and the game Stray, where he's going around this weird town and meeting interesting robots and whatnot. Wow. Okay, obviously it's a different color, and it doesn't really look like chocolate mousse, and it doesn't have that consistency. And like someone said, we basically made scrambled eggs with chocolate. But maybe this is my own invention or whatever, but it's pretty damn good. I think this is going to be a wonderful dessert item. I don't think this one went bad, you guys. I've been told to describe the taste. Picture an omelet with a Hershey bar and a Nestle's Crunch, and then covered with floury powder chocolate and a little bit of lettuce. It's very, very sweet. There's no doubt about that. And the chocolate powder is supposed to be a garnish, but I don't think I would go with it next time. It's chocolate mousse, guys. All right, I'm going to look at a couple more questions here. I'm going to get chocolate all over my mouse. Chocolate mouse. Osaku says, when something doesn't always go as planned in the kitchen but still tastes good, a top chef will call their creation deconstructed. Oh, I like that. Yeah, that's what this is. This is deconstructed chocolate mousse, courtesy of Henry's Kitchen. I like that a lot. So when the cookbook volume 3 comes in, this is going to be called Deconstructed Chocolate Mousse. Thanks, Shane Yes, for giving us that suggestion on the Discord. I'm sorry it didn't look exactly like the picture, but I'm still going to call this one a success because it's got, basically because it's got candy bars in it, and it's can't go wrong. So, thanks for joining me, everybody, today. I hope you have a fantastic week. I'll be back here on Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific time, where we can start playing more games. And I'm told that there's a new game coming out called Food Truck Simulator, and you can bet I'll be doing that one probably for the Thursday night stream. And also I'm going to be playing some games with Moki's Nirvana, Moccchis Nirvana, and will be a lot of fun. So thanks, everybody, and I hope you have a great week. A great week starts with a great recipe, and I think that's what this was. I'd say this was a success. So thanks for joining me.